Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Conversation. And today I'm also privileged again to be in conversation with Father Uche Felix Asogwa. And we are talking about a very important topic today again. It's about a question the psalmist asked years ago on how shall the young remain sinless. Father, how are you doing today first?
I'm fine. And just like I would always say, every new day is another opportunity that God has given us. So it's been a bright new day, and we thank God for that gift. So I'm doing well. I'm fine.
So, growing up as a young man, from the little I know about you, it seems you moved through different careers. You went to a secular university before you entered the seminary and eventually became a priest. So, what informed your decision about becoming a priest?
You know, sometimes people tell you stories of how they went to the father's house when they were kids, and the aroma coming from the kitchen was what drew them to the priesthood. I know some people that became priests because they loved how priests used to talk in and dress. Some because of the cassock. I don't think I had that kind of experience. Let's say it was something that just grew with me. Like at some point I just knew I wanted to be a priest. You know? And my academic journey is a very funny one. Like my primary school, I had my primary education in like 4 or 5 different primary schools. For whatever reason, I don't know really. I think I do know, but it's like some kind of long story. Then secondary school, outside the seminary, university, education, and actually at a point that I was in the university, I already knew I wanted to be a priest. I was going to be a priest. So it helped color so many things about me. And my going to school was to study fine arts. Because it was more like, just like I've always said, it's something that runs in my family. And I always have this understanding that if God gives you a gift, you have to use it maximally. And for me to be able to use that gift, I needed to study it in the university. So I did that, did my youth service, and then came back to what I'd always wanted to do. And of course, it's helping me in the priesthood, really.
So talking about fine art, like it's quite ridiculous to find a young boy today who wants to study fine art in the university. I mean, his parents would grow mad. Like, why can't you seek for other professional courses like medicine, law, and all of those professional courses? So what would be your advice to a young boy who wants to study fine art just like you did?
You know, things change. Really, and things keep changing. There was a time when if you were playing football, they would look at you like a hooligan, like you didn't have a future. Today, football stars are big time celebrities. There were times if you wanted to sing songs like be a musician, they would think your soul has been lost because they saw them as people who were wayward and all that. And art as well. This is no longer the age where we had that traditional, really, setting where art was just about creating artworks and selling to people. When you are a creative person, say you study fine art for example, there are so many opportunities these days, especially with the age of the internet. Artists work in firms, in production companies, as industrial designers. Matter of fact, every single thing you see that has been manufactured, including the glasses you're wearing, including the phone that you have, your watch, an artist made that design, So when you are narrow-minded, it may be so easy to say, no, you're not going to succeed, don't do this, like it's not the in thing these days. But when you understand how broad it is, you will tell your son, if they have that gift, or your daughter, to go study fine arts.
So speaking about the priesthood, like it's barely a year you are into the priesthood, would you say that you are fulfilled and happy about being a priest?
I am happy, really. Happiness is something that I've come to understand to be not something you have every single time. There are always challenges, and sometimes you have moments of breakdown, you have moments of depression, and especially because as priests we are so involved in the lives of other people that somehow one way or the other we live their lives as well. Like people come to you with all kinds of problems and all kinds of troubles, and when you empathize with these people and their situations, you can't help but feel their pain. But in the midst of all that, there is still this joy and fulfillment that comes with knowing that you're a priest, you're working for God, and it comes with its own challenges. But generally speaking, I think it's been a beautiful thing being a priest.
So being a priest, you have the opportunity to work with both the young and the old.
Yeah.
So what would you say has been your biggest disappointment about working with the young people of today?
I wouldn't even know where to start really, but I understand the world generally is having some challenges, especially when it comes to morality. But as a priest, you are a father, and you are coming from a place of understanding and compassion, a place of empathy. So we work with them, we understand what they're going through, we understand the age in which we are and the challenges that this age is having. If I should be more specific, I think I am not happy with the fact that the young people are more inclined towards secularism than living that Christian life and coming to God. They don't seem to understand that if something is your source, like God is our source, that we need to remain with that source, since at the end of the day we are still going back to that source, and we should just stick with him. But it seems some of us, for whatever reason, don't realize that. So I think I wish people could really come back to God and to the church.